Welcome back to episode 136 of the ATD Baseball Podcast. We have made it to the All-Star break, which is kind of crazy. This baseball season is flying by fast, and we got the Home Run Derby tonight. Of course, at the time of this recording, it is Monday, so we're recording this at 3:07 p.m. Pacific time, 6:07 Eastern time. We have no idea what happened in the Home Run Derby tonight, and obviously we have no idea what happened in the All-Star game tomorrow. But we will preview everything. Now, it sucks, though, because by the time this comes out, the Derby will be done. But still, we will give you the preview of everything. And we also have other things that we want to do. Count Raleigh, Team USA. Then, of course, we'll touch on our teams as we close out the first half and get ready for the second half here. But before we get into all that, Kyle, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, All-Star breaks here, man. It's wild to think about. I mean, it seems like the season just started, and it's flying by, man. As everything else does, it's part of it. But man, did we need this? Obviously,
My
it's
Dodgers needed it.
so did my Yankees, man, and they needed it worse than the Dodgers. I'm telling you, these. I mean, it's obviously it's also a break for us too. We've been full steam ahead since opening day, and we finally get the break. And it's always nice when the All-Star break comes around because for the past 3 years now we've been going to Cooperstown, so we'll be there next week, and totally stoked for it. But damn, it's nice to have this break in between, so we get to have a light schedule, kind of not kill ourselves over the next week. So we get to kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the All-Star festivities, which we'll get into here shortly. But yeah, to sum it up, man, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was busy last week. I had to get because family stuff going on with my mom and stuff in her job. So I had to get a little car for myself. Now don't be fooled by the Nissan. That is a Ferrari that I have in the driveway. So
They
I,
gave
I
you
was
the
able
key
to.
fob.
Yeah, they gave me the wrong key, but they were because they were worried about my safety. They were like, you know what, we're gonna give you this key that says Nissan, but really, it's for the Ferrari. It's for the nice blue Ferrari that you're taking home with you. So, no, I'm just kidding. I have a little Nissan that I now have, and I'm very proud of it. So I'm gonna
Absolutely,
fix it
that's
up. Not fix it up like freaking change the oil or anything, but I'll put some stuff in there. You know, it'll make it look cool. I think. You know,
absolutely.
but yeah, but doing well. As you can see, I have my Clayton Kershaw 3,000 career strikeout T-shirt on. Shout out Roto Wear. And Clayton Kershaw's pitching in the All-Star game tomorrow, and I'm gonna come out swinging here with a hot take. Clayton Kershaw is gonna pitch one scoreless inning, and he's gonna strike out the side, and he's gonna be your MVP of the All-Star game for the National League, and he will have everything that he needs. Yes, he has the 3,000 strikeouts. He has another All Star game nod, but he doesn't have an All Star game MVP yet.
Okay.
I think it's tomorrow. But um, other than that, yeah, I'm doing well. I'm so glad the Dodgers are not playing baseball for the next 5 days because it was not a fun week watching Dodgers baseball. I watched them get swept by the Astros the final 3 games before the homestand ended, and then I had to watch them get swept by Milwaukee, including Tanner Scott again shitting the bed and giving up the lead late, and then the Brewers walk it off in the 10th inning, and then they go to San Francisco. They lose the first night, which then everybody again continues to panic. But then the Dodgers do what the defending champs do, or what champions do, I should say. They figure out a way to get 2 wins and kind of calm everything down. It does suck that at one point 2 weeks ago the division lead was at 9. It sucks now that it's at 5.5. But hey, I'll take it because it easily could be like 2.5 games right now. So um, not fun watching Dodgers baseball this last week, but hey, I'm just glad some of these guys are getting off their feet and they can heal up. But to answer your question, I'm doing well, and I'm excited for the All-Star week. I always am every year. Like I love watching the Home Run Derby, and I enjoy the All-Star game. I feel like I'm one of the only few people that still care about the outcome of the All-Star game. Maybe
Yeah.
it's because I'm part of the National League side and we haven't won shit in the last 25 years. I think we've only won the All Star game like three times this century, something like that, something crazy like that. So um, hopefully, you know, they can complete my week. We could get a W tomorrow and get back on the winning streak here in a little bit and win our second one out of 3 years. But we'll see. Um, and I say this every year, especially after I was able to go to everything when the All Star game was in 2022 at Dodger Stadium in LA. If you can go, go. It is worth it. Do the home run derby, do the All Star game, do the play park where like the free fan fest and stuff. Do all of that. It is worth it. Do the futures game, man. Like there was kids at Dodger Stadium playing in that futures game that are now stars. I'm talking, Ellie De La Cruz. There was a bunch of Yankee guys. Anthony Volpe was there. Like there was so many guys that are now making an impact that you know started just I know maybe not Anthony Volpe, but I saw Ellie De La Cruz. That was cool.
There you go.
So that was cool. I saw I think all the Dodger prospects are now traded or gone. So, but anyways, if you go to that futures game, you will see a couple stars in the making. So, I can say it now, even now that the draft's involved with All Star Week 2, do it. I'm telling you, it's worth it, man. It is worth it. And we haven't discussed this yet because it's a year away from now, but the All Star game is in Philadelphia next year. I'm going, and I think we all should.
Yeah.
But that's a discussion for another day. But again, if you haven't been to the All Star game, or if you haven't been like to do like the week's worth of stuff, you should do it, man. It's totally worth it. I had a blast. It's worth it. So hopefully everybody in Atlanta gets to enjoy it. But let's start breaking this down a little bit. So we got the home run derby tonight. We got 8 contestants. We have 8 contestants here. And of course, I am not prepared, and I'm pulling them up right now. We have James Wood, Brent Rooker, Junior Camilario, O'Neal Cruz, Byron Buxton, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Kyle Raleigh, and the hometown hero, Matt Olson, who was a replacement for Ronald Acuna Jr., which honestly is good because I think he was going to stink it up anyways. But what are you excited to see tonight? Obviously, you got one of your guys in there. So
Mhm.
I'm sure you're going to be rooting heavy for Jazz Chisholm Jr. I hope Jazz gets far
Mhm.
because, obviously it's different because the Dodgers before Teoscar Hernandez won it last year, there had never been a Dodger that had won the home run derby before.
Yeah.
So I really got into it, especially the last 2 rounds of Teoscar Hernandez because I wanted to see him do it and break that streak, but I'm sure you're going to be pulling for your guy Jazz Chisholm Jr. tonight. And I hope
Oh,
I see him with the backwards hat on because I mentioned to you a couple weeks ago, other
yeah.
than Griffey, to me, Jazz is one of the only few people that can pull that off and it can look cool.
No, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be pulling for my guy, man. Jazz has done. He's been such a huge contributor to this Yankee team, and he obviously. I'll talk about the Yankees later. I'm going to specifically talk about Jazz here. He's been that guy that Yankee fans have bought into because Belly at just recently has been starting to heat up, and he's been on an absolute tear. But outside of Belly and Goldschmidt, his hot start to the season, Judge has been the only one who has been producing until Jazz got off of the IL and has been absolutely tearing it up. This dude he's getting fans into it again, and he's got a huge crowd behind him up in New York, and he embodies what it means to be a fun baseball player. He has fun every time that he steps onto that field. He's got a chip on his shoulder, which is such a good thing to have when you play in New York or any big market, and yeah, he's really bought me into it, and I've learned to love Jazz. He's been one of my favorite Yankees in the last few years. He's just that guy, man, and he just has me bought into everything that he does. And so obviously, yeah, I'm gonna be pulling for my guy here, but I can't lie, man. Do I see him winning it? No, but I'm gonna be pulling for it. I want him to win. I do. And who knows? Maybe he'll surprise me. But I just hope he gets far, man. I hope he makes it out of the first round. I believe he's going up against Brent Rooker in the first round. So I think he has a chance. We'll see how it goes, but overall, no, man, I'm definitely going to be pulling for Jazz.
Absolutely. I know there was a lot of people, and I saw it under the comments section. There was a lot of people like there's a bunch of no names on this list. Who's gonna watch this? Oh, hang on a second. You got some guys that
Yeah.
are gonna be up and coming. Excuse me, that are gonna be up and coming, or guys you kind of forgot about.
Hmm.
Byron Buxton, I think people have forgotten about, even though he just hit for the cycle the other day.
Yeah.
Matt Olson, he had that monster 2023 season, but then he's kind of slowed down a little bit since. But and then you have some of these young kids, Junior Camalario, Brent Rooker, James Wood. Like this is the future of the league right there, especially
Yeah.
with in particular with James Wood, and of course your leader in home runs this year in Kyle Raleigh. It's very rare that you can get the home run leader at the break to do the home run derby. Why do I know that? Because it seems like Otani and Judge are at the top every year, and they haven't done it, which I don't blame them to.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure we would. I'm sure baseball, and we would love to see Judge and Otani do it every year, but for the sake of the teams, and teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers have bigger plans in mind for this
Too
season.
valuable. Too valuable.
Yeah, too valuable to just throw them in there and try to win a contest, and maybe it throws off their swing.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that in the past where these guys have a good first half of the season. They come in, they do the home run derby. They may not win it, but they have some success, and then their swing is messed up for the second half of the season
Exactly.
because they were trying to launch the ball and hit home runs.
Yeah.
So, um, hopefully, we get a good show tonight. But who's your pick? Who are you picking here? Are
Um,
you gonna are you gonna go with your guy? Or are you going somewhere else? Because I have somebody in mind that I'm looking at, and I'm taking it.
yeah. So, actually, MLB did the pick'em contest thing. It's just for fun. I like to do them all the time.
You
Whatever.
degenerate gambler. No, I'm
I
just kidding.
know, right? I know. They suck me into it every time. But uh now I'm gonna be pulling for my guy here, okay? I don't want that to go away. I want Jazz to win, and I'm gonna be rooting for him to win. But if I had to give you um uh a guess and who I think truly is gonna win, give me O'Neal Cruz, man. Give me O'Neal
Wow,
Cruz.
there you go. Okay.
This I don't know. Listen, if anybody wants to get some good baseball content in just for the fun of it, if you're going to bed, if you're at home and you have nothing else to do, search up O'Neal Cruz batting practice. Dude, this dude hits the fucking cover off the baseball. He has some of the hardest launch baseballs all year, and it seems like he's done this every single year that he comes up. And for the fact that he's basically taking BP. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit different. I get it. But for the fact that these balls are going to be placed exactly where he wants them, as long as his pitcher is doing okay, this dude is going to rake. And I'm telling you, it's hard for me to bet against O'Neal Cruz, and it might be, not the sexy pick or not the popular pick, whatever it is. I'm taking O'Neal Cruz, man. I love this kid's game. I really do, and I think he's underrated. I don't think a lot of people give him credit. Yeah, the average isn't there, and maybe the stats aren't stuffing the sheet as much as you want them to, but raw talent, O'Neal Cruz has got it. So, and in a contest like the home run derby, I'm taking O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. However, I love me and my lefties.
Hmm.
I love my lefties. I
Yeah.
am gonna go with the hometown pick here. I'm going with Matt Olson. I'm
Okay.
going with Matt Olson here.
Going with
I
the shoe.
understand. Yes, I understand that he was a late substitution because obviously it was supposed to be Ronald Acuna that was supposed to do it, but um, I'm going with Matt Olson here. I'm
Okay.
going with Matt Olson. I'm going with the guy that knows the ballpark well, goes the ballpark well. And listen, Matt Olson is a strong dude, and I've seen where he hits those baseballs into that, like that little restaurant area. I've seen him hit it like on the roof of that thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Matt Olson, and plus, obviously, this is a big reason why I'm taking him.
Hmm.
Crowd's going to be behind him.
Yeah.
Crowd is going to be behind him. And again, I think, honestly think too, I think Matt Olson's swing is perfect for a home run derby like that.
Hmm.
to me, he's all. Well, look at me trying to be freaking breakdown here. He's just so smooth with his swing. He uses his arms, he uses his forearms, and to me, that's where I'm going here. I like those, and because he's left-handed, so give me Matt Olson.
Okay, so because you picked Matt Olson, I'm just curious. This is pure curiosity. If Ronald Acuna was in it and Matt Olson wasn't in
Hell
it,
no,
who are you going with? Who's your pick then?
James Wood.
James Wood. Okay. I was just curious because I heard you talking about like Matt Olson in his home ballpark. I didn't know if that swayed you to Ronald Acuna or not. I don't know,
No, I
but
wasn't gonna take him because I've
okay.
seen because I you know why because I saw it firsthand at Dodger
Yeah.
Stadium 3 years ago. He stunk it up in front of everybody.
Yeah. No.
I know different ballpark. I understand all that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Acuna is made for the Derby. I
Okay.
just don't think he's home run Derby. Like, I'm not saying he can. I'm not saying he's bad. He could win it, but
So, and actually, I kind of want to make a take here a little bit. I don't want to take away from his game because he's had probably one of the most historic seasons from a catcher thus far. I
why
kind
is
of
he
get
here?
this, I kind of get the same feeling from Cal Raleigh.
I can see it. I can see him being a big disappointment tonight.
Now, don't get me wrong. This is not taking like I'm breaking down the home run derby. So do not crucify me for breaking down Cal Raleigh in in the home run derby. This is not that. This is I'm sorry. It's not as a player. It's the home run derby. It's a totally different ball game.
Right.
Just like why I think like yeah, Judge has won it before, but do I think he's probably the best for the home run derby? No. But in Raleigh's case, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't make too much noise tonight. I would not be shocked. So
Which side do you
he's
think he's gonna hit off of?
uh,
I don't know which side he has more home runs with.
I believe it's lefty. He has.
Lefty.
I think he has more homers from the left side. Or I'm sorry, the right side of the plate. Yeah, I'm gonna guess lefty that he hits lefty tonight, but we'll see where it goes. And of course, it probably takes the dimensions into place too. And off the
Yeah.
top of my head, sorry, I'm not that much of a baseball nerd. I don't know the dimensions of Truist Park, so I don't know if right field is shorter than left. But no, if I had to say, I think he's been better from the right side of the plate this year.
Okay. Yeah, should be fun. I know. We're yeah. It should be fun, and these always are fun to watch. Even though yeah, like are there some of the guys you probably would have preferred to be on there? Sure, but still, like once you see them out there, and once we get started, everybody's gonna get into it.
Hmm.
Everybody's gonna get into it, and I just hope these guys are gonna put on a good show. That's what I
Absolutely.
want. You know,
Yep.
that's all you can ask for the fans in the building, and for obviously the people watching at home. You just want to put on a good show, and also I hope Matt also wins because they're doing this thing on MLB, the show 25, where you were able to pick one of who your winner is, and I think you get something out of it. I don't know,
Okay.
so that's why I put Olson. So I'm like I can maybe get a couple stubs out of it or something. I don't know, but we'll see. We shall see. Shifting over to the All Star game. Obviously, that's tomorrow, but we have now. This sucks that they announced it pretty much yesterday because you usually now all these guys spoil all these reporters spoil it anyways. The Bob Nightingales, all these guys, Jeff Passons, they spoil it anyways. But so Monday before the game, they have the managers and the press conferences, and they do all that stuff.
Hmm.
That's when they announce who started in the All Star game. Now, again, these guys leak it like 5 minutes before they make the announcement, but still, a part of me there was something like, man, don't even though we all knew more than likely it was going to be Skeens and Schoolball.
Hmm.
Don't tell me. Don't I shouldn't get a notification from the MLB app Sunday afternoon. And oh yeah, your starting pitching matchup is Skeens and Schoolball, by the way. Right? I
Yeah.
think it might have been Saturday night actually that they
Mm.
announced it. But um what are your thoughts on the pitching matchup? To me, this is there. I made a graphic a couple weeks ago of the last 10 pitching matchups for the All Star game. there's a bunch on there with Sale versus Scherzer. I
Hmm.
really believe. Now we should have got this last year, but they gave it to Corbin Burns instead of Screwball. But I really believe that we have a chance here to see these two guys pitch against each other in the All Star game more than once. I really think that these guys are that good, and I could see it where these this I don't think this is gonna be the last time we see Screwball and Skeens, you know, meet up in the All Star game. I think we're gonna see more of this in the coming years.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is something that we touched on last week. This was exactly where I believe you had the same pick. Screwball and Freed, and I'm sorry, Screwball and Skeens. And actually, it's because I'm looking this up right now. Um, if I'm not mistaken, if I could type, yeah. So I'm on Twitter right now, and there was a report that came out that said Terry Screwball said he recently got a call from Yankee starter Max Fried. This was before
Yeah, I
Max
heard
Fried.
about this.
Yeah. So he asked me if I wanted to start the All Star game. Screwball deferred to Fried, especially since Fried had pitched for 8 seasons in Atlanta. But Fried was insistent. I think you deserve it. I was just wondering if you wanted to start it. Screwball acknowledged that he did. A day later, he got a call from Aaron Boone. It was actually a really cool conversation with Fried. It's a very professional thing to do, and I've got a ton of respect for guys who do stuff like that. So that makes me think. Now I don't know how much like you want to like take into this, or how much stuff there is. Like, was there a chance Max Free could have started the All Star game? That's kind of
It sure
like
sounds like it.
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Sure sounds like it.
Aaron Boone is obviously going to manage the American League, and you have Max Fried, who's now a Yankee, who pitched for, like Screwball said, 8 seasons in Atlanta. It makes me think, if his days would have lined up properly, was Max Fried going to start the All Star game from the American League? That's what that makes me think. But I'm glad it didn't go that way, because I still think it should be Screwball and Skeens. And I love Max Fried. I do. Ever since he came over to the Pinstripes, man, I love him. But it is one of those things where I think it's Screwball and Skeens, and I think we are going to see that for years to come. And kind of just elaborating on what you said, yeah, I definitely think we should have saw it last year too. But this is undeniable. These two are the best starting pitchers in baseball, and why not have them start the All Star game? Start something that you are trying to grow the game and trying to get fans and your viewership up. You want your two best guys going at it. So that's exactly what it is with Screwball and Skeens. So I'm excited for it, man. I couldn't think of a better matchup.
Speaking of growing the game, how about Pat McAfee? Gonna be doing the Derby tonight.
Yeah,
How about that for growing the game? A lot of people didn't like that. I heard. Um,
yeah,
so I have the starting lineups right in front of me now. I remember we all made a big deal about this last year because who was the? I think it was it was Bruce Bochy who was managing the American League last year,
yeah.
and he put Judge fourth in the lineup,
Hmm.
so we could not see Skeens versus Judge in the top of the first inning.
Yeah,
Well, we're getting that this year. We're
yeah.
getting that this year. I am very excited to see that.
Hmm.
I'm very excited to see that. Now, if you're a Yankee fan, you're probably holding your breath because you don't want Skeens, to let one loose, and then Judge has to take it off of his back. You don't want to see that. 102-mile-an-hour fastball to Judge's rib cage. I'm sure
Yeah.
you don't want to see that. But I have both lineups in front of me, man. National League, it's Otani, Acuna, Marte, Freeman, Machado, Smith, Tucker, Lindor, Crow, Armstrong, and Skeens in that order. And then for the American League, it's Torres, Green, Judge, Raleigh, Guerrero Jr., O'Hearn, Camalerio, Baez, Wilson, and Screwball. I am telling you right now, and here we go. I'm going to do the Coach Melo thing again. If we can't win the All Star game this year, I don't know what else there is to say. Like the National League to me. Now maybe it's because I'm a biased National League fan, and I truly believe we have the better team this year. I really believe that, top to bottom. Now I think you can make an argument that the American League has the better pitching, but like, geez, some of these guys in the lineup for the National League, like this is to me, this is one of the strongest National League lineups that we've had in a while. You got
Yeah.
Otani at the top, the reigning MVP. You got Ronald Acuna, who ever since he's come back has looked good. Ketel Marte was a top 3 finish in MVP voting. Freddie Freeman is one of the best contact hitters the game has ever seen. Machado, of course, we know him, one of the best defensive third basemen ever, and he can get a hold of one. Will Smith, the best catcher in baseball right now, damn it, with your Dodgers. And then you have Kyle Tucker, who's going to get paid this offseason. He's had a good. And then you have Francisco Lindor, he's always a threat, and he was second in MVP voting last year. And then you have this rising star in Pete Crow Armstrong with the Cubs. And then, of course, you have Skeens pitching. To me, this is one of the strongest lineups the National League has had in a while. Now, I have to go back and look at some of the other ones, of course, from especially recently. But if you can't win it this year, man, like I don't know what to say. Like I am generally going to be very upset at 8:30 tomorrow night if the National League doesn't win. Because I think we have the team, we have the lineup, we have the pitching, we have the bullpen arms to win tomorrow night's game. That's what I believe. I really believe that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm obviously an American League guy. That's I'm always going to be that way. But I mean, I'm going to call it how I see it. And yeah, I mean, the National League does have the better roster, the better lineup. That's just how it is. But um, I did want to make like a few little things that I saw here. I find it funny that Aaron Boone is leading off to Gleyber Torres again. That kind of that went that tug on the heartstrings a little bit. That was pretty cool for me. But Riley Green batting second, Aaron Judge batting third, Cal Raleigh, Vladdy, Ryan O'Hearn, Caminero, Baez, Wilson, and then Scuball. I mean, yeah, it's not a terrible lineup. It's not, but a lot of these guys I didn't agree with being in here. I thought some of these other guys deserve shots. And at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. It is what it is, And am I going to be pulling for the American League? Obviously. Am I going to be rooting for the American League? Yes. But I am going to say, like, yeah, the National League should win, and they should win with ease. Yeah, I I don't know. I just it's definitely lopsided this year.
Not to mention, we have the best coaching staff you can possibly have to lead the National League this year in the All-Star game.
Oh
The
man,
defending world champion Los Angeles Dodgers are going to be managing the NL team tomorrow night. Are you kidding me? You got Dave Roberts, a man who knows how to win championships and big games here. Now, he has gone 0-3 in All-Star games that he's managed. So that's the thing that I don't like. Yeah, he managed, well, let's see. Let's do this. He did 2018, 2019, 2021, and we lost all three.
hmm
That changes tomorrow. That changes tomorrow. Dave Roberts will finally get on the board tomorrow and get a National League win for us. So I'm very excited about that. And then you got Aaron Boone on the other side. Yay. Yay.
yeah, that's a different conversation. You know, I don't think the son of a bitch should be there, but it is what it is.
Hey, he's the representative for your reigning American League champion, New York Yankees.
Don't
He
ever
has
say
to be
that to
there.
me again. Don't
Okay,
ever
I'm
say
sorry.
that to
I'm
me.
sorry.
It's okay.
No,
Oh,
the, the,
that's
the Kings of the American League last year.
yeah, right. First losers. That's what that is. That's
Oh, man.
but yeah, no, no, yeah. Like I said, man, it's the National Leagues to lose, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And that's the other thing that I think too, that you're playing in a National League park. There's going to be a ton of Braves fans. I would like to think that they would put their Braves fandom to the side and root for guys like uh,
Lindor,
Lindor and all these other guys.
yeah,
All
Lindor.
these other guys. Yeah. I gotta ask you though, who do you think? And this is a real question, by the way.
Yeah,
Who do you think is going to get a bigger applause tomorrow when he steps up to the plate? Ronald Acuna Jr. or Freddie Freeman? I think that's close. I think Freddie Freeman will get the bigger applause.
it is close. Definitely close. but there's no way that the Braves fans root for Freddie more than they do Acuna, right?
Freddie was there for a long time, man.
I get it, but
Now,
also
now
too,
that's unfair to Acuna because he's only been here for a couple of years now. But
I mean, and also too, like that's their guy, man. You know, and now don't get me wrong, Atlanta has not had a great season, and I fully understand that. But
what do
I'm
you think
trying
they're
to
looking
think, like,
forward to this week so much?
yeah, but it's like I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that I could root for a former Yankee more than I do a current Yankee. Now I'm taking like same hypothetical question, but I'm switching the two guys to Yankees. You know, it's I don't know, like wouldn't that make you feel a little weird if they root for a former Dodger over a current Dodger?
It would, but again, like the Dodgers will have something. The Braves have something that the Dodgers will never have, and that's time.
Yeah.
That's time. They'll never have that. Dodgers will never have. Now, I think if you look at a smaller sample size, like I think Freddie obviously with the Dodgers, but yeah, I mean that would be a little weird, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so you mean to tell me that if Yankee Stadium got to host the All Star game and we put this exact scenario, you wouldn't tell me that Gleyber Torres would get a loud ovation? Maybe not to Aaron Judge's.
I was
Uh,
gonna say, who are you comparing the
yeah,
current Yankee to?
yeah, no, no, obviously not Aaron Judge because that's not gonna happen. But
I mean, if it's okay, so
I think Yankee fans would cheer for Gleyber Torres. They
no,
give him a nice ovation.
absolutely, for sure, 100%. And listen, don't get me wrong, I definitely think Freddie's gonna get one, but I'm thinking, okay, you take this exact lineup and you switch Judge with. Let me think. I'm trying to like do some quick math in my head here. You switch him with a guy. Fuck. It's tough. Okay, let's just say like Jazz, for example. Okay, let's take Jazz with like 2 or 3 more years as a Yankee. I don't see a world where they cheer for Glaber more than they do Jazz in that scenario. Two players who are kind of close in skill level, which I would say Acuna and Freeman are pretty close in skill level. You know, you can go back and forth. You can say injuries. You can debate all that shit. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like I would want my team who's hosting the All-Star game to root for my hometown guys more than I would a former player, if that makes sense. But no, I mean, I totally get where you're coming from, and I definitely expect this crowd to go nuts for Freddie, you know. But um, yeah, I think it's just one of those things where, like, personally, I feel like you gotta back up your guys a little bit more. And unfortunately, Freddie's not there anymore, so that's or fortunately, depending on who you ask. But
Yeah.
you know, that's
Do I
just.
have to play that video again from last year? Do I have to pull that up again?
I don't think so. No, it's all good, man. But yeah, no, that's kind of like long story on such a short question. But yeah, you get my point.
I think Freddie will get. I think he'll get the Freddie chant tomorrow.
I think so.
I think you'll have the
Yeah,
full stadium chanting his name. But your answer is Acuna.
yeah, Acuna. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. All right. Well, I think it's time now. Let's go give our scores and our MVP.
Oh man,
10-0 National League. They
I was gonna
absolutely pound the AL tomorrow.
say. Um, give me give me a close game because I still think it's gonna be close. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I know there's gonna be comments about it, and that's totally fine. But I'm gonna back up my league. Okay, that's just how it is. I'm gonna do it every year. Give me a 6-4 win of the American League with fuck it. Let's give it to my guy. Let's go Judge as MVP.
Ho ho ho.
Why not?
Uh,
Judge MVP, American League 6-4.
okay. Yeah. I was kind of. I was partly joking with the Kershaw. I hope that I'm not stupid. Like that's not happening. Like uh, I'm gonna go. Sorry, what did you say again? Your score was
6-4 American League.
Give me 5-3 National League.
Mm-hmm.
Um, last year we when we did our predictions we freaking said like 9-7 or something, and
We
I've
did.
looked back at some of these All-Star games have not been high scoring at all. It's
They
been a
haven't.
while since we've had like a high scoring game.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so give me 5-3 NL. I'm not picking a Dodger. I really want to. I want to give it to Otani, but I can't. Maybe if he was pitching, but
Freddie?
no.
Freddie's tempting, man.
It is. It's very tempting.
He's back in Atlanta.
He
He's
is
fun.
back in Atlanta. I'll give it to Ronald Acuna Jr. I'll give it
Okay.
to Acuna. I'll give it
Okay.
to Acuna after I've been dumping on him for the home run derby. I'll give it to Ronald Acuna Jr.
Okay.
And I'll double down here again too.
Mm-hmm.
I think now this goes with just the part of the All-Star game. Like you want to put the best against the best.
Yeah.
Here's my prediction.
Okay.
I think Screwball is going to challenge Acuna with a fastball, and he's going to hammer it.
Okay.
And I think he's going to hit a home run tomorrow off of
Okay.
Screwball. It's an All-Star game. What do you have to lose? It's not like he's going to try and paint the corners or anything.
No, absolutely.
I think he's going to give. I think Screwball will give him one, and I think Acuna is going to destroy it.
Okay.
Lefty righty, I could see it happening tomorrow.
Okay. I have a feeling, and listen, and we talked about it last year, and you kind of brought it up. These pitchers usually only pitch one inning. That's usually just how it goes. Judge is going to see Skeens. Okay.
He's going to strike out.
No, I'm not going there. I'm going to do my best to predict this without being like, oh, he's going to fucking hit it, 450. I'm not going to be like that. Give me a double in the gap, left field. I think Judge hits it.
There we go.
And he drives home. Fuck it. Let me take this one more step. And he finishes off the fairy tale. He brings home Glaber. Makes it 1-0.
Okay. There we go.
Why not?
Yeah, I could see it. I could also see with 2 outs, Judge hits a double, and then Kyle Raleigh strikes out. That's the end of the inning.
I can see that too. I could also see Judge striking out against Skeens. That's just, but I, got to hold my guy, man.
Yeah. My sleeper, and I didn't even ask you, but my sleeper tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I like this kid, man. I'm going Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That's a sleeper one right there. That's a sleeper.
No,
I was also, if I wasn't going to pick Acuna, I was really debating Marte. I was really thinking Marte.
Okay. There's a guy who I have my eyes on, and he's kind of turned it around this year. Give me Javi Baez.
Yeah, there we go.
I could see a world where Javi Baez turns it on because he's one of those guys, like how we talked about Jazz earlier. He's one of those guys that can pull off, just his personality. It's trust me, we've seen what Javi Baez can be, and he plays the game intense, man. And I don't see him slowing down for an All-Star game. If this guy's on the diamond, he's gonna play, and he's gonna play hard. That's just how it is, and he's a gamer. So I could see Baez kind of turning loose on some of these.
How many home runs are hit tomorrow during the game? I'm going to go 3.
Okay. 3's a good number. Fuck. 3's a really good number.
I mean, you can take 3. I'm not stopping you.
I know. I kind of want to be different. 3's a great number, but I'm going to, because I had the high scoring prediction, I'm going to go 4. I'll go 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like I said, man. Like it's one of those over unders that are really good, and I don't want to take three because you took it. So I'll say four. I feel a little bit more comfortable saying four than I do two. I don't know how much more comfortable, but I do.
All right, real quick, and then we'll get into our teams here. Kyle Raleigh made an announcement today. He is representing Team USA um, at the World
Whoa.
Baseball Classic. Yeah, at the World Baseball Classic next year. His nickname is Big Dumper, and he's gonna take a big fucking dump on these other countries next year. I cannot wait to see that. Hammering the ball all over the place in Houston next March. That's gonna be fun. Um, Hopefully Will Smith, not to take anything away from Kyle Raleigh, but hopefully he can be his backup because that is America's catcher. Hey, you need Will Smith there. But um, another home run pick by Mark DeRosa and the rest of the Team USA staff. And the thing, man, they're playing into this, man. They're bringing in these young kids, man. These young stars. They're getting Skeens. They're getting Bobby Witt Jr. They're getting Kyle Raleigh. Since he's there, can we ask Scoopball if he wants to do it?
Yeah,
Since
seriously.
we're there, because if you get Scoopball and Skeens on the same Team USA roster, it's game over. Sorry, it is. These other countries just might as well not even show up.
Mm.
That's how strongly I feel. But just your thoughts on it, on Big Dumper being part of Team USA. Another home run pick here.
What a fucking win, man! I mean, holy shit! What kind of Team USA lineup are we building here? This is like this is good, man. This is fucking crazy. It's you're bringing a guy who is already having an historic season and is showing no signs of slowing down, and he's young, man. He just signed that extension with Seattle that keeps him there for years, and he's just best player at the position. It seems like Mark DeRose is kind of playing on fantasy mode. If you ever play that on MLB The Show, and then
Yes,
you do forced trades on, and then you build you basically trade for the best player at every position. Then that seems like what Mark DeRose is doing. This is pretty sweet, man. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. And then if you got Will Smith as a backup catcher, I think I don't know if you could have a better tandem than that. That's just fucking nasty. So no, I'm here for it, man. I'll make it short and sweet. It's huge, and it shows no sign of slowing down for Team USA. Just another absolute fucking power bat in there, and I couldn't be more happier. There's really nobody else who I'd want starting at catcher of Team USA.
absolutely. And so far to this point, and now that we're getting to the second half of the season, this roster is just going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to get names, not just for Team USA, but for these other countries.
Yeah.
Um, so far, so good.
I mean,
So far, so good, and we haven't even filled out some of the other positions yet either.
mm-mm,
So, I think this is going to be a good team. I really
absolutely.
believe that.
I like the chances.
Really believe that. Yep. All right. Uh, we'll go to our teams now. Usually Kyle's been starting with his Yankees. I'll start with my Dodgers today. This time, I am so glad that we made it to the All Star break because holy shit, did this team need it? They were playing after that stretch in June, and then after that series against the White Sox, it's just been bad baseball. It's been bad baseball, and I'm not panicking because it's clear that some of these guys on the Dodgers need a break. Mookie, now Freddie, but he's playing tomorrow. But he's probably only going to get one at bat, and that's it tomorrow because they want to. Dave Roberts wants to protect them too, but um, some of these guys need a rest, man. Teoscar Hernandez, that groin clearly bothers him, and he's on a bat. He's on a sore foot, and he was having a hard time trying to catch liners and fly balls out there in San Francisco over the weekend. Now, granted, he's in triple. He's on like triple's alley is to the right of him, so it's kind of tough when the right field wall is like 420. But um, still, some of these guys need a break. But um, I'm glad that they were able to go to San Francisco and take 2 out of 3 because after losing 7 straight games, they could have easily lost that series or even got swept. and then we really would have had a problem here. But they were able to salvage this first half of the season. Man, after this stretch with the Padres and the Giants a month ago, it looked like, all right, cool, like the Dodgers are finally opening this division. And then all of a sudden, the Dodgers kind of scuffled a little bit here. Then the Giants had some wins, and the Padres kept winning. Now we're back down to like 5.5 here, but we're still okay. It just sucks that they couldn't get to the 60 win mark before the All Star break. But um, they actually had a worse record last year at the All Star break, and look what happened. So um, guys are getting healthier. I'm glad some of these guys are going to get off their feet. And the thing that I like the most about this All Star break is that the Dodgers are going to be home. They begin a 6-game homestand this Friday. So when they came home yesterday, of course the guys that aren't going to Atlanta, but when the team came home yesterday, they're not leaving LA for almost 2 weeks, and I think that's great. So get these guys some rest, recharge or retool, because obviously we know what the end goal here is with this team. I'm glad they were able to um, figure out a way to win a series in San Francisco, even when they're not playing their best. And just the offense has been completely abysmal this last week and a half. The last week and a half leading up to the All Star break, it's just guys can't hit with runners in scoring position. They can't get guys over. They're popping up too much. They're hitting too many ground balls right at guys, and just it's just been kind of bad baseball recently. But again, the Dodgers were still able to figure out how to get a series win in San Francisco and kind of salvage this, this end of the first half of the regular season. But hey, man, there's teams, and Kyle's gonna touch upon his Yankees. Man, look what happened with them. Like, they're now chasing the Blue Jays, and they're in their standings. At least the Dodgers still have a pretty okay, comfortable lead in the NL West. And even with as bad as it's been the last week and a half with the 7-game losing streak and with all the injuries, the Dodgers still have the best record in the National League. Still. And to me, that's scary because they're only going to get healthier. And I really believe guys like Mookie that have been underperforming this year, they're going to figure it out. I really think Teoscar is going to figure this out. I think Freddie's going to figure this out. And this Dodger team is going to get healthier too. Um, Tyler Glasnow is expected to start the first game back on Friday, so that's good. He pitched very well in Milwaukee too, even though we lost. But he went 5 innings and he looked really good. Looked really good. So, Blake Snell's got a couple more rehab assignments. He'll be back soon. Blake Trinan's on his way back, and Roki Sasaki is not expected to be back until the end of August. So this team is going to get healthy, and I can't wait to see what this team looks at full force, and I really think we're going to get it here. So, as bad as this was the last week and a half, everything's going to be okay. We still have the best record in the National League, and we still have a sizable, comfortable lead in the NL West. Now, we have to extend that again, and you got to come out the second half of the season, with your foot on the gas again, because we have to extend this lead. Have to extend it. If you want to give these guys some valuable rest in the month of September, take care of business in August. Take care of business coming out of the All-Star break, and we can get some of these guys off of their feet when we get to the middle, towards the end of September, going into October. But, a lot of people are panicking here in LA. I don't know why. I saw tweets of saying we should trade Mookie and Dave Roberts to get fired. Why would we do that? Why the fuck would we do that? Seriously. Why would we do that? So that's not happening. But I'm not panicking. We'll be okay. Now, if this continues into the second half and we're in a dogfight with the Giants or the Padres going into September, then I will be a little bit more concerned. But it's still way too early for that. We're not anywhere near that yet. So I'm okay. Just get healthy. There's my Dodgers.
Yeah, it's definitely on the opposite side of things for me with the Yankees. Yeah, this Yankee team, man. I mean, first half of the season's done, and that's huge. It's huge for this team because we are currently 53 and 43. We're only 10 games up. I'm sorry, 10 games over 500. 2 games behind the first place Toronto Blue Jays, and one
How
game
about those
up.
birds?
Yeah, how about them? And one game up on the Boston Red Sox, which they are in third place, and only 3.5 games up on the fourth place Tampa Bay Rays. Um, when I tell you that this All Star break needed to happen last week, yeah, I meant it. Um, I'm so glad that it's here and we can finally just take a step away for a quick second and just regather. And I hope and pray that Brian Cashman and company's got something cooking up. That's the hope because this team needs a revamp, man. They really do. They need to come out of the gate, out of the All Star break, and just completely foot on the gas, ready to go. Because you cannot afford to lose any more games. You can find yourself in third place, and if you're not careful enough, you're finding yourself at the depths of this fucking division, and that's not good. Especially where you started. You were first place. You had a sizable lead in the division, and then you shit the bed and you choked, and now you're coming back from it. So, and George Springer's the second coming of fucking Barry Bonds, evidently this year, and what he's doing in Toronto is ridiculous. Yeah, those Jays, man, they're on a tear, and good for them, honestly. Like I'm not gonna be one of those fucking spoiled Yankee fans. The Yankees deserve to be here, and to be quite honest with you, with the way that they played in the last 2 weeks, they deserve to be farther down. So they can thank God that they're not. But as of now, it's I'm just gonna try my best to enjoy the All Star break. Judge is in the All Star game. Jazz is in the Home Run Derby tonight. I'm gonna enjoy both of those, and then, like I said, hope and pray going into the second half that this Yankees front office can figure out something. Um, I have been hearing a fuck ton of rumors about Suarez coming over to the Bronx, and I'm here for it,
Yep.
man. It kind of paved the way when Jazz went to second base and DJ LeMahieu got DFA'd, which we haven't talked about that at all. So I figured I would just throw it in here. Thank you, DJ. God, man, what a guy he was. 2019, I'll never forget it. Never in a million years will I ever forget that. It's some of my best moments as a Yankee fan as of late. Um, but thank you, DJ. Anyway, back to the Yankees here. Yeah, I mean they played well last week. They swept Seattle, and then they took 2 out of 3. I'm sorry, they lost 2 out of 3 to Chicago, which wasn't great. But hey, they came out 4-6 in their last. Or, I'm sorry, 4-2 in their last 6. So can't complain too much. It could have been a whole lot worse, especially during that Seattle series. The Yankees pitching staff kind of held Cal Raleigh and company back a little bit, so that was huge. Um, but yeah, kind of just I'm looking forward to the second half, and I have pretty much one statement: if the Yankees do not be careful and do not start winning games that they need to be, um, it's not going to look good. And you can kind of kiss the season goodbye if you let it get too out of hand. But this is the place you find yourself in, and you need to come out on the gas. So I think Suarez would be a delightful addition to this fucking team. Need him bad. That's a bat in that lineup that can guarantee you more homers, more contact, and more grit. And that's kind of what the Yankees need, man. Slot him in fourth, fifth, wherever the fuck you want to place him, and you got yourself a pretty good lineup there. You got Judge, Jazz, you got Belly, who's been hitting the fucking cover off of the baseball. He has his longest hitting streak of his career. He's been absolutely tearing it up. Paul Goldschmidt's starting to heat up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you add a bat like Suarez to this lineup. It's I can't express that enough how good that is. And then you obviously address your pitching, man. Luis Hill, he had a rehab assignment, so he should be on his way back. And Brian Cashman had noted that he's going to be looking for pitching at the deadline. But again, who isn't? That's pitching is what wins
There's
championships.
not that many great options this deadline. I'm telling you
There's
right
not.
now, starting pitching, it's extremely thin.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Yankees need not only starting pitching, but they need bullpen help. And there's a lot of teams who need bullpen help out there. So we'll see where it
And
goes. But
historically, that's shown that bullpen is very expensive at the
absolutely,
deadline. You're gonna have
yep,
to give up a lot to get bullpen pieces.
absolutely. And the thing too is the Yankees have kind of gotten away from their farm in the last few years. They don't have a great farm. They have George Lombard Jr. at the top of the rankings, and they have Spencer Jones, two guys who are basically untouchable unless they're for the right piece. But that makes me think, what's going back in return for Suarez? But again, like Yankee fans want the best of everything, but their front office has shown that they're not the Dodgers. You're going to have to give on one of these ends. Do you want to punt away the rest of the 2025 season, or do you want to give up some of these big prospects? You got to pick one or the other because this Yankee front office isn't going to give you both. Not until there's a change in that front office that they can start playing like the Dodgers, and that's not going to happen. So as of now, you got to take what you can get, and sometimes it takes giving up these big pieces. So I'm talking like we already traded for somebody, but we'll see where it goes. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna try my best to enjoy this All-Star break, and yeah, Yankees, you got to come out playing hard, and you cannot take a break. Like one loss could lose you a playoff spot in this division. This division's a gauntlet, man. I mean, you basically have the O's who are basically out of contention, but if you're not careful enough, who knows? So yeah, there's only a few games that separate you from top or bottom, so you got to be very, very careful of how this is going to go. So again, just hopefully they come out running, and all the guys are hot again, and it keeps going, and then Yankees front office make a few moves, and hopefully we're back in business. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have on the Yankees.
One last thing before we get out of here. I mentioned this to him. Well, I mentioned to you about the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
But I did give you the option last week, off camera. You want to change your World Series pick? Because I have them right in front of me right now. Would you like me to remind you of what your World Series pick was?
No.
Okay. So your World Series pick was Braves over Tigers in 6 games. You have one chance, and Mikey's going to get an opportunity too here. Yeah. You get one chance to change it. Would you like to change it right now?
Yes, I am indeed going to change it. However, I am only changing on one side. I'm not changing
the National League.
Yes, I am not changing my pick in the American League, because I will say I'm going to pat myself on the back. I called that from a mile away. And that is where I'm going to hold my hat on, because my NL pick was absolutely fucking horrific. So, obviously, yes, Detroit's going to take the American League. However, National League, this is where it gets dicey. And I want to be a little bit different. I do.
You've seen one half of the baseball season. Where is your National League pick going here? I'm very interested to see this.
I think they're going to have a hell of a postseason run. I think their hearts are going to get broken in October. I'm taking Detroit winning here. I think their hearts are going to get broken.
You're changing the winner too.
I am.
Okay.
Detroit's going to win in give me 7 games over the Chicago Cubs.
Ooh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Detroit against Chicago in 7 games. That is my pick.
Lot of Cubs hype right now.
I
see a lot of people that are extremely high on this Cubs team, and as you should be. Mm-hmm. So my selection was Dodgers over the Texas Rangers. Man, I'm telling you, man, I really thought that this Rangers team was going to be a gauntlet. Mm-hmm. They're currently 48 and 49, and they are 3.5 out of the final spot, wildcard spot in the American League, and they are 8.5 games out of first in the division. I don't see it happening. I was clearly wrong on the Texas Rangers. So I'm going to switch it. I'm going to switch it here. Now, I have 2 teams in the top of my head here that I'm debating.
Why do I feel like I know what both are? I have a feeling, I have a hunch.
I want to go safe. Mm-hmm. But then I also want to be a little different too. I'm not changing my winner, and I'm not changing my National League representative. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not changing that. I'm not changing it. I still think the Dodgers, in the end of the day, are going to be better than the Cubs. I still think they're better than the Phillies, and I think they're better than these other National League teams that are here. Um,
Can I ask you a question real quick? So,
sure,
is your not safe pick in the American League? Do they come out of the AL West?
they do come out of the AL West.
Yeah, I had a
they
feeling.
do come out of the they do come out of the AL West.
I had a feeling. Are they back? Are they back?
Hey man, they kicked my team's ass at Dodger Stadium over the weekend. Uh
Are we
I,
getting redemption?
is it redemption though? There's nobody left on that team. Only
Like,
Altuve.
yeah, but
Like that
still,
that
listen.
they tried to play into that last time when they were at Dodger Stadium. Oh, 2017 World Series rematch. I'm like, dude, there's nobody left from those teams
I get
anymore.
it, man. I do, but it's still the team, because
I
trust me,
get it, but
whenever the Yankees play the Astros, I feel it still, and it does I still feel it.
see, I don't. I
Okay,
don't.
so maybe
I
it's
don't
still
with the Astros.
okay.
It's not the same team. Now, when Altuve comes up, I hope he strikes out every single time. But again, Jordan wasn't there. Pena wasn't there. Like all these guys,
Yeah.
McCorn, all these guys on the team, they weren't there. You
Hmm.
know, uh, if I really want to get crazy, I could really buy into this Red Sox team like I did in the beginning of the season,
You
and
could.
I could see them continuing this hot streak and rolling through the American League again.
There's no consistency. That's why I
There
could
isn't, yeah.
that I couldn't.
Or I can go to another team in your division
You
that's
could.
playing that's in first place right now.
Do you buy into that? Is that something that you buy into?
I kind of don't. I could see that crashing too. Um, I'll go safe. I'll go the Tigers. I'll go the Tigers. Schoolball's too much. That pitching's too much, and I think, you can feel it with some of these teams.
Yeah,
They almost have like a team of destiny thing. I think this Tiger team has that.
they
They
yeah.
have the. You can tell that the Tigers are gonna have that little magic, that little pixie dust magic when it comes to the postseason. Not saying that they need luck because they're the one seed right now. They have the best record in baseball, but
Yeah.
you could see it like with teams like the Tigers. They have just a little bit of magic, and you can see it's coming.
They're still
I'm gonna go
young.
safe,
Yeah,
and they're still young too. Exactly.
yeah.
Uh, I'm going safe though. Give me the Dodgers over the Detroit Tigers, and give me the Dodgers. Now, part of this it's in 6 because I do think the Dodgers will finish with the best record at the end of the season too.
Okay.
Um, hopefully, I'm not wrong about that. Gee, otherwise I'm putting in 5. So yeah, I'll stay Dodgers in 6
Okay.
over the Detroit Tigers, and we repeat as champions again. And I'm gonna get worse. As you think I was bad last year, if they win it again this year, holy shit,
Listen,
we might as well just stop doing the podcast. To be honest with you.
at that point, I don't give a shit because it's not against my team. It just, it digs a little extra because it was against the Yankees last year. That's it, though. At that point, you're kind of free to say and do whatever you want.
Fair enough. All right. That's gonna do it for episode 136. Very good episode. Went for an
Absolutely.
hour.
And the first half of
Um,
baseball,
yeah, it's over. That's crazy. We're done here.
insane.
It's going by fast. I'm telling you.
It is.
Telling you.
Yeah, we
All
have
right.
uh, we have
Yeah.
one more episode like this before we do our annual in person episode,
Yes, sir.
which we got 2 this year. It's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I'll take it.
But yeah, man, it's insane how quick this shit's going. But you know, enjoy your week, man. Seriously, enjoy the home run derby, enjoy the All Star game, and then
Same with you.
yeah, absolutely, man.
I'll
It's
I'll be I'll be pulling for Jazz tonight just because I know how excited I was when
yeah.
Teoscar won it last year. I know you were super hyped probably when Judge won it
Oh
in
yeah. Oh,
2017, but
oh
I'll be rooting for Jazz tonight
yeah.
because
I appreciate
I want to see that. I want to see it.
it. Okay, I like that. I like that.
All right, well, enjoy the All Star break. Get some rest. Hopefully hopefully your team's still involved in the pennant race here. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
because there's some teams, including the one that's hosting the games this year, they're not all that thrilled with their team. So they're not in it. So hopefully, if your team was able to get through the first half of the season and they're either in a playoff spot or they're in the hunt for a playoff spot, you got it made. You got nothing to complain about, really, to be honest with you. But
Yeah,
again, I know it's not exactly, you know, it's not exactly roses and everything because look at the Yankees. They're in the playoff spot, but look at how it was the last.
yeah,
But again, I
sure.
know, yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, so that's gonna do it for episode 136. Enjoy the All Star break. We'll get back at it again next week, and I'll be back at Dodger Stadium because I haven't been there in a while. So the
Yeah.
Dodgers have not been home on a Monday for quite some time. So um, enjoy the All Star break. We'll get back at it next week. See ya. Adios.